What's the difference between self-compassion and being easy on yourself? It's so common that we conflate these things. That's the myth of self-compassion, is that it means letting yourself off the hook, making excuses, or just going really easy on yourself. Self-compassion at its core is about offering warmth and kindness because there is suffering there. With self-compassion, we are not making excuses. We are not saying, I'm not going to do the things that I need to do, or I'm not going to hold boundaries with myself. The easiest way to make the distinction is to think of self-compassion as a really good parent. A good parent is not going to let you consistently stay up till crazy hours, eat whatever you want, just veg, never move your body, right? All that kind of stuff. A good parent is going to be gentle with you, but they will also have limits and boundaries. You could actually still motivate yourself with self-compassion. And the research shows that people who motivate with self-compassion actually tend to be more successful in what they're doing and more resilient in the face of the inevitable setbacks that we're likely to have. So you're not letting yourself off the hook, but you're not beating yourself into the ground when you make a mistake. Because when we do that, we're activating our stress response, our fight or flight response, and that puts us into a state of anxiety or paralysis where you actually make it that much harder on yourself to do what you need to do. So when it comes to completing a task or doing something, for example, you're not letting yourself off the hook by saying, oh, this is so hard. It's okay. You don't have to do it. We're saying, this is hard and it makes sense why this is so hard. What do you need to take the first step? So think of it as that parent or that teacher or that mentor that's warm and supportive, putting their arm around you and saying, let's do it together. How do we show self-kindness in behavior, physical gestures, etc.? Self-kindness can look like lots of different things. The first thing that comes to mind for most of us is compassionate words, kind words, and that absolutely can be part of self-compassion, especially when we're thinking about shifting from our inner critic or whatever we've internalized to a more compassionate voice. So the words that we might say 100% fall into that. With behavior, the shortcut that I use for figuring out what might be an action or a behavior that feels compassionate is to ask yourself, what do I need right now? Even if you don't have an answer, just asking that question, just the way that a loving parent who's interested in caring for you or nurturing for you might ask. The kid may not know, but the fact that someone's asking feels really good. So dropping that question, what do I need? But checking in with yourself on a very physical level can be sometimes an easier place to start than the words of kindness. So even thinking about your basic needs, water, sleep, go to the bathroom, sunlight, get out in nature. If you start even at that basic checklist, that can give you some insights. Behaviors can be more of what we might think of as self-care, is the things that we're doing for ourselves that feel comforting, soothing, or supportive in some way. The physical gestures is such a personal experience for many reasons, but especially when you've had trauma, all of our bodies respond differently to touch. So figuring out what actually feels comforting or soothing to your body, that's going to be really dependent on you, and you're going to have to try out different things. I'm always drawn to putting my hand over my heart. For some people, it can be as simple as holding your own hand or giving a rub somewhere on your body. It might be a gesture on your face. There's so many different things you can try out, but what I would say is you have to try them out so that you can discover how something registers in your body. Does it feel comforting? Does it feel soothing in any way?